live. You see they're dry. You see there's no marrow in the bone. You see they're scattered all over the valley. They ain't even full skeletons. I mean, the bones are scattered all over the valley. They're just bones. But answer me a question, Ezekiel. Can these bones live? Ezekiel answers the only way he knows how to answer. Lord, you know. Critical race theory was born out of critical legal theory. Am I teaching y'all something today? There emerged two common beliefs linking all critical race theories. First, white supremacy has subordinated black people and other people of color. That's just a fact. How in the world are you going to fight against that being taught in any school? White supremacy has subordinated black people and other people of color. That's a fact. Why don't you want that to be taught in school? You let your schools teach us that Columbus discovered America. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that George Washington couldn't tell a lie. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that some slave owners were beneficent and good slave owners. There were no good slave owners. Anybody who owned people was evil. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that Abraham Lincoln was good for Negroes. No, Abraham Lincoln was trying to save the Union. And Abe Lincoln himself said if he could save the Union and keep black people in chains, he would do it. That's a lie. Come on, somebody. You let them teach us about a white Jesus. You let them teach us that Native Americans were the aggressors. Come on, somebody. That white folk had a manifest destiny and that the pilgrims were good and Native Americans. That's a lie. All day, every day, you let them teach us lies. All throughout my history in school, I was taught lies. But you got a problem with critical race theory because it teaches the truth that white supremacy has subordinated black people and people of color. The right to bear arms. Let me just back up a little bit and let me take you on back to the late 1960s when Ronald Reagan was the governor of California. And they were oppressing black folk, and a group of men and women known as the Black Panther Party decided that they were going to defend the rights of black folk. And the Black Panthers decided that the Second Amendment wasn't just for white folk. So they strapped themselves with guns and showed up at the Capitol in California. And when they saw them Negroes with guns, come on, somebody. That's why I say if you ever really want to get gun laws changed, just strap all these Negroes up. They'll change them laws before the week is over. When the Black Panthers, watch this, I want you to read, the California legislator passed what was called the Mulford Act. It was a gun control act that decided who could get guns, who couldn't get guns, what could be in your background, what couldn't be in your background. It was the first time in history that the National Rifle Association, the NRA, supported restrictive gun legislation, all because black folk had the nerve to get strapped. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, go get strapped. Amen, somebody. Y'all gonna say Bishop told us to get strapped. I said it. Go get strapped. It just got real quiet up in here. But y'all already know I'm a triple P. Amen. Y'all know what a triple P is, right? A pistol packing preacher. Amen, somebody. What's good, family? Good morning to y'all. Good morning. Trying to get my other platforms set up. Get my Twitter spacers in. There we go. And let me get the gram on. Of course, somebody's calling me right while I'm on the radio. Never fails. Good morning, everybody. Let me get the sound down on here. Got a little bit of John Coltrane playing. I don't know why this does this all the time. We're not doing this today. All right, there we go. Welcome to the Gram. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to Facebook. Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got a good topic today. It's the Friday before Father's Day. All right, little Otis Redding popping now. You can go to iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, WTCCFM.org if you want to hear the jazz that's popping. Let me share the stream to some of my Facebook groups. Y'all should be sharing as well. All right, let me share it here, there, everywhere. of the absent black father. That's what we're doing today. Don't tease her. WTCC, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Black Love Experience. Happy Friday to each and every one. I ain't even said nothing yet. But anyway, welcome to another edition of the Black Love Experience. Good to be with each and every one of you on this beautiful weekend, right before Father's Day. And you know what we're going to talk about today, brothers and sisters. What we is going to talk about today. We're going to debunk the myth of the absent black father. There's this phenomenon going around the country, um, single mother by choice. It's been going on for a while, for a number of years, but it really has been talked about in the black community with this new People magazine article with Ebony K. Williams talking about why she chose to be a single mother by choice by getting in vitro fertilization and is going to bring her daughter into the world. And um, I want to get your opinion on it. What do you think? Is it a good thing for the black community, for black women to just decide we're going to bring children into the world and they don't need a daddy? You know, the role of the black father is already discounted. It's already stereotyped. It's already um, placed in a negative light. And now to have this movement of women who are deciding, you know what? Our kids don't need no daddy. They don't need no. We can do this by ourselves. We got the resources, all that stuff. They don't need no daddy. Um, let's talk about it. 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781 is the number here. Love to chime in and give your Father's Day shout outs. Mother's Day is always a huge deal across the nation, and it should be. We've got some beautiful mothers and mother figures and women who have stepped in a role to nurture children that aren't even their own, and they deserve to be celebrated, absolutely. But it's much less of a deal on Father's Day. For some reason, let me just ask you, what have you heard around Father's Day? You know, um, what big time Father's Day events are happening across your city today? What Father's Day extravaganzas and recognitions and all that are happening in your neighborhood, particularly in the black community? Let's just be honest. You know, we get the short end of the stick every single year. And it's always based upon a false narrative. And many times that narrative is repeated even in our community, even by our men, even by our women. We're going to debunk that today. All right. 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781. Keep it locked right here. We'll be right back. This is a little bit of Ferris Hill Daddy Talk. It's Father's Day, y'all. TCC. Say again. Hey, what's good? This is him. What's up, man? I'm good, bro. Getting ready to get into this conversation about black fathers. Oh, no. I know who I'm talking to. I got something playing right now. Call me back in maybe 5 minutes. We'll get you over the air. Okay. All right, let's do it. All right. Come on, y'all. Rep your city, rep your town. Rep your city, rep your town. Where y'all at? Where y'all at now? Come on. Where y'all at? Rep your city, rep your town. Let's get it. Let's get them Father's Day shout outs out there. I know we got Juneteenth coming up, but we got Father's Day coming up too. We get caught up in the Juneteenth and we forget about our black fathers. We can't be forgetting about our black fathers, y'all. Come on now. They gave to you. Whatever you do is gonna surely come back to you. Successful people will do the things they hate to get the things they love. Much of life is about sacrifice. You gotta give up something to get something. Success is not about what you've accomplished, but it's what you have overcome. For it's the test that you pass in life which qualifies you for the next level. You have to be willing to face your challenges and overcome them. Most people drive 12,000 miles a year moving forward, but most accidents are caused when they move backwards. You gotta stay focused on where y'all at, Twitter space. Rep your city, rep your town. Let's get it. I see y'all on the Twitter video. Good morning to y'all. Let's get into this. Respect costs you nothing, but it will cost you everything not to have. I got Gerald Kelly getting ready to call in after the break. We're gonna deal with this Father's Day thing, man. Common sense. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the heart of a wise man is in his character. So don't sweat the small things. The answer for a short temper is a long walk. Be slow to speak, quick to listen, and remember this. All right. Live long enough to know everything. Let's go. Your character is what matters most. Once you have been labeled with a bad reputation, it's hard for people to see you any other way. A good name is worth more than all the money. Talk to me, Daddy. Three parts. First you learn, then you earn. Then you return. Got to give back. Oh, you know what? Let me get this. There was this one piece I meant to play by Rhonda Swan. I gotta search for it. It's a good one called "Thank You, My Brother."
Are you so blind that you cannot see? That pale girl child ain't got nothing on me. For hundreds of years we have stood by your side, accepted your flaws and allowed you your pride.
Let's see.
Bore your children and cleaned up your mess, satisfied your lust and always settled for less.
There we go.
We have stayed in the background and allowed you to lead, trusting in your strength.
Now I'm gonna pop that one off.
To succeed, never getting the praise and credit we deserve, but having the courage, the will, and the nerve, for being the backbone that has kept it together, for you and our children in all
kinds of weather.
And now suddenly you say we're not good enough for you. We forced you to sell out because of the things we did. Well, where was that white woman when that white man you hate
was cracking the whip?
In the boardroom, the warehouse, and
on the slave ship.
She stood by his side and didn't say a word, waiting for her own chance to
Rule and be heard.
And now it's her you turn to and treat like a queen? And me and my sisters you choose to demean? Well, hold up, wait a minute, and stop the damn bus. Because there are a few things I need to remind you about us. Listen up. A more beautiful creature God never made than an African woman, no matter her shade. High, yellow, red bone, or
cocoa brown.
We are more than worthy of wearing a crown. Ebony, mocha, or
black as the night.
It is we who have always shared in your plight. We are passionate, spiritual,
loving and kind.
A more generous heart you'll never find than the one that beats inside the body
of a Nubian queen.
The hardest working, loving, giving woman you've ever seen. But we give and
90.7 WTCC. That's a response to the sellout playing in the background by Rhonda Swan. It's Father's Day. We're going to have this conversation debunking the myth of the absent black father. We're going to take your telephone calls shortly. But I want to play this one. She gave a tribute to her brothers, and she's always in our hearts and in our memories since we lost her in 2015. But her music continues to live on with us forever. This was a salute she gave to her brothers. Well, I'll just play it for you and then we'll go further into our conversation.
For all the brothers out there doing the right thing by your family, your friends, your children, this one's for you. And it's called Thank You, My Brother. Thank you, my brother, for being there for my sons. When their own father deserted them, you were the one who taught them right from wrong and how to be a man, to handle their business and not be like those who ran away from their responsibilities and the children they fathered so many excuses why they couldn't be so bothered. But you didn't run, no, you stood by your woman's side, loved and respected her and made her your bride. Welcomed your children with open and loving arms and do everything you can to keep them from harm. You showed my boys that there is another way and that shirking your duties is not something you play. That real men show love and emotion and even cook and clean, and it's not about being hardcore, rough, tough, and mean. And even if things with your lady don't work out, you'll still love and care for your children without any doubt. You show that a real man takes care of his family and his home, and only losers believe the streets were meant to roam. You gave them an example, someone to look up to. When sisters say all brothers are dogs, I can point to you and say, no, there are plenty of good brothers, responsible and kind, hard-working, devoted, and a real good bond. Thank you, my brother, for all the great things you do. Thank you, my brother, for just being you. My brother.
90.7. Y'all feeling that? WTCC. Good morning. I know we're headed to Juneteenth, but it's Father's Day on Sunday. Thank you, my brother. That's Rhonda Swan. You can listen to her anywhere you stream music. Check it out. Very inspirational pieces that she has out there that y'all want to check out and put it in your repertoire. You know what I mean? Play them every now and then. It'll inspire you for sure. 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781 is the number here. We got Juneteenth celebrations that are coming up, that are happening all next week across the region. On
18th, one at the Dunbar Community Center. I believe it starts at 6 o'clock, if I'm correct. Um, the Dunbar Community Center, Mount Zion, and don't and I may get it wrong in terms of all the sponsors. I know we are a sponsor of the Greater Springfield NAACP, but it's featuring Sierra, Kiki here, Kojik's own. Yeah, yes. She's ours. Matter of fact, she's the daughter of my friend and brother, my presiding bishop, Bishop J. Root here, and she will be in the city um, performing on that day. So you want to check it out. I know there's a flag raising happening today at City Hall. Gearing up for Juneteenth celebration. But the last 2 years, Juneteenth has fallen right around Father's Day, and um, I had a little conflict even within my church, where folks were like, "Well, they're having Juneteenth is having a worship celebration." I said, "Yeah, not on Father's Day. Now Juneteenth can have their worship celebration. That's cool, but not on Father's Day. We're not gonna short Black fathers their day, and y'all wouldn't do it for Black mothers. So we already short Black fathers enough, um, and we want them to get all of the accolades that they deserve. Okay, I'm Black. I'm a father. I love my children. I love my grandchildren like nobody's business. I've never been invisible. Um, my brothers have never been invisible. My sons, I'm so proud of them. Um, three of my sons are fathers, and they are excellent, excellent dads. I brim with pride every time I see them interacting with their children. Um, just excellent, excellent dads all the way around, and it makes my heart proud to see the type of fathers that they are. I want to shout out my own dad, Mr. Fred Swan, uh, father of seven of us. Happy Father's Day to him, and my uncles who've been, examples for us. Uncle Ben Swan, who was the host of this program for so many decades. Um, Uncle Talbot, who's gone on to be with the Lord last year, but who is definitely a father figure to me, the man after whom I was named, who considered me a son. Just so many great men who have been in my life, and um, we want to shout out all of the great dads out there. Um, you know, the reality is this, brothers and sisters: the Black father being involved in the lives of their children is the norm and not the exception, as society tries to frame it. It's the norm. It's not the exception. Yet, Black fathers are dogged by a defamatory narrative about supposed absenteeism. Now, are there Black fathers not taking their responsibilities seriously? Of course there are. But that's not unique to Blackness. There are white fathers, there are Latino fathers, there are Asian fathers who do the same, who shirk their responsibility. So let's not make absenteeism something that is unique to Black fatherhood. That does not mean that Black fathers overall should be stereotyped as irresponsible. And what we've got to stop doing at this time of the year is taking this time of the year as an opportunity to bash Black fathers based upon the bad ones. We don't do that on Mother's Day. Are there bad mothers? Of course there are. But nobody takes the time on Mother's Day to highlight bad mothers. Why do we do that on Father's Day? Why do we have conversations about absent black fathers and bashing black daddies on Father's Day when it should be a time to celebrate good brothers? Why do women send each other's Father's Day cards and tell each other Happy Father's Day on Father's Day? It ain't your day. Let me say it one more time in case you think you didn't hear me say what I said. Sisters, it ain't your day. You are you are not the father. Stop that. Stop it. Just cut it out. Stop telling each other Happy Father's Day. There's a day for you already. It's called Mother's Day. And so all of y'all out here with this narrative, I'm both the mother and the father. No, you ain't. You just the mother. You're the mother. Now you may be a good mother, but you're still the mother. You are not the mother and the father. You can't replace the father. Okay? No such thing. No such thing. You cannot replace the father. That's why, I'm leery of this new phenomenon, single mother by choice, in vitro fertilization, and black women bringing children into the world saying they don't need a daddy. They don't need a father. I'll be the mother and the father. No, a child needs two parents. There's a reason God designed it that way. There's a reason why you can't get pregnant without the seed of the man. Even when you do in vitro, you may not get it through the natural sexual act, but you still need the seed of the man in order to get pregnant. You can't get pregnant without us. You can't have a baby without us. It is physically, biologically impossible. There's a reason God made it that way. Because his intention was for children to have both a mother and a father. And even if you raise children without the benefit of their father being in their lives, you were still just the mother. You were not the mother and the father. Stop telling your girlfriends Happy Father's Day. Your day was last month in May. We called it Mother's Day and we celebrated you. Okay? The whole Black fatherlessness anthem is sung mostly by conservative white folks that want to summarily dismiss empirically true claims of structural racism. So, black deadbeat dads is their reliable weapon of choice to extinguish the claims that the white power structure harms black people, because they can scapegoat every social ill in the black community and blame it on absent black fathers. Look at the critics. Look at folks like Candace Owens, who testified before Congress that there's no such thing as white supremacy and that black people need to focus on their real problems. And the biggest problem is black fathers being absent. Now, of course, the daddy of her baby is white, but we ain't gonna get into that. But that's the narrative that is used by elected officials, journalists, authors, absent black fathers. That's the problem with the black community. Right-wing politicians and everybody, 67% of black babies are born out of wedlock. Out of wedlock does not mean daddy is not in the child's life. So that number is grossly exaggerated. And the media is complicit in trying to erase the contributions of black fathers. There was a University of Illinois study on black families that was commissioned by Color of Change. Um, um, and it found that the media promoted racially biased portraits and myths that basically pathologize black families and idealize white families with respect to poverty and crime. Media outlets amplify inaccurate depictions of black families for political and financial gain. Um, and if your goal is to understand black people rather than to marginalize them, then you have to start seeing black fathers who are right there in plain sight. Okay? Honest debate should start by admitting that the majority of black dads live with their children. The majority live with their children. Out of 4.2 million, 2.5 live with their children. And of fathers who live with their children, black fathers are the most involved. And there's empirical evidence. There are studies that prove that. And here's the other thing: fathers who do not live with their children are not disengaged from their lives. And there are many factors that we've got to take into account before, we file this missing persons report or claim that a daddy is absent. Because many non-custodial black fathers co-parent with their children's mother. And then you've got stepfathers, you've got adoptive fathers, you've got uncles and others who step into the lives of children. Non-custodial fathers fight for their right for time with their children. They are involved. And simply because a couple is not married when a child is born, what happens is they throw that stat into single mother, daddy not in the home, and that is inaccurate. That's inaccurate. Daddy and mommy not being married doesn't mean daddy is not in the children's lives. It's a misnomer. It's something that is used to weaponize a negative narrative and stereotype about black fatherhood that marginalizes black men and pathologizes them. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Bishop, happy Father's Day. Man, they're all the men.
Same to you, brother.
I've been blessed. I've been married. I raised 6 kids. And I had a man come up to me one day. He said, man, you need a trophy for staying at home raising your 6 kids. And I said, you need to get out of that frame of mind. I said, because any man will raise their kids.
Right.
I need a trophy. I don't need to be put up because I raised my kids.
I remember years ago, my son Talbert, who's named for me, he's 30 this year, actually. When he was first born, my wife and I took him to our national convocation in Memphis. And I'm walking around the convocation, holding my son, and the thing you strap on yourself to hold the baby, and everybody's looking at me like this is some anomaly, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And I'm looking at them like, this is what fathers do all the time. Why y'all acting like this is some strange thing to see a father holding their child?
I understand exactly what you're saying. We're not here for trophies. We're here to raise our kids.
Absolutely.
We're supposed to do. So I don't need no better than me.
That's it.
That's what I want to do. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Good morning, caller.
Hey, comedian Gerald Kelly here. How you doing, brother?
What's happening?
What's happening? Happy Father's Day to you.
Same to you, bro.
What's going on, man? Talk to me. I want to talk about this Father's Day stuff.
So what about this narrative about absent black fathers? You know, that 67% of black children are raised in single parent homes, and all of the problems and the ills of the black community and of society are because of deadbeat black men.
Not at all. Let me say something. It's been done. The duty of other people, I'm not going to say what they, their job is to destroy the black household by getting rid of the black man. You know, you go to a concert, go to a black concert, and the DJ goes, all the single women make some noise. How many women don't need a man for nothing? Make some noise. Got your own money, got your own car. When was it cool to not need a man? Only in today's society, last 10, 15 years, it's been cool for a woman to not need a man. Outwardly, but secretly, they need a man. And you gotta get rid of the black man in the household so you can destroy the black family. Let me tell you something. I know this is true. I have 2 ex-wives. Right? I watched the system try to take my sons, my dissertations from me. I'm sharing something with you that nobody in the country knows, right? Check this out. My 3 sons do stand-up comedy. My 31-year-old started stand-up at time. You know why he was doing stand-up comedy? Because I was told by the judge I could get custody of him every other weekend. When my weekends came up to get my son, I had shows to do. So I wasn't going to give up my visitation with my baby. So Chris Tuckers and the Dave Chappelle's and Charlie Murphy, they would hold him in the kitchen, hide him in the kitchen of comedy clubs so I could still have my visitation and still do my shows to make a couple of dollars and then take my son with me. Next thing you know, my son is doing comedy. Same thing with my 18-year-old son, 12, 13 years ago. So if I would have gave up my dissertation because I have to go to work like a lot of men do, or do shows like some men do, you're going to miss the time with your child. So the system is designed to destroy black men. Destroy black men. There are black men in prison for things they did not do. There's petty crimes that black men committed that the white man committed. Black men are getting way more time. You know, the music, there's so much, brother. I just got back from Africa. I was in Ghana, and I was there for 3 months, and I cried watching how our people love each other there. The black man is celebrated there. But here, the black man is ostracized. So, women, I love y'all, but there's no way in the world a black woman can be a father. No.
There you go. Now that's real right there. That's real right there. Let's get this call in, brother. See what they want. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Bishop. Yes, good morning, Bishop. Thanks for taking this call. Listen, I just want to say that I'm a proud black father. I helped raise 8 children, but I want to piggyback off what the other caller was talking about. This a lot of black homes don't have a father in it, not because black men by nature are deadbeat dads. And let's talk about the system that has unjustly institutionalized a lot of good black fathers, killed a lot of good black fathers. So there's many reasons why there's an absentee black father in the home. It's not just because it's a cultural thing or it's a natural thing or we just choose not to be part of our children's life. There are many other factors and reasons why there's not a black father in a home. And like you said, let's celebrate the good fathers, the fathers who are doing it. Don't steal our joy. Don't steal our days. Don't try to make all black men, bad fathers, because we're not. There's a lot of good black men out there. So that's my comment, Bishop. Thank you for taking my call.
All right, appreciate that, bro. Kelly, what you got to say about that?
Hey man, he's absolutely right. I mean, absolutely right. We don't get glorified the way we do. The hardest thing on this earth to be, the hardest thing on this earth to be, is a black man. Once you walk out your door, you have a target on you. I am 53 years old. I've never been in jail in my life. I got pulled over in an Uber recently. The police officer said to me, "You look like someone who just robbed someone." I pulled out my phone. I said, "Brother, I'm just coming from performing at the Barclays. I am a comedian from television."
Wait, you got pulled over in a Uber that somebody else was driving?
That someone else was driving. The description was the Uber driver was robbed, and I fit the description. They had a camera in there, whatever. I looked like the person who. This is what the cop said. Then check this out. Check this out. It's late. Don't worry about it. You get locked up. You'll be out early in the morning. I said, "Brother, are you serious? Not a black man. It was a white cop." I said, "You out your mind, man. You're not putting actress. You're not putting nothing on my record." But what about the brothers who are in jail? I thought about that just now. I said, man, they can put us in jail, get rid of us so easily. What if I just started arguing and fighting? Next thing I know, I'm handcuffed or I'm shot. So I'm dead or I'm in jail. Either way, I'm away from my baby for a long period of time. So now I can't raise them. Mommy got to raise it by themselves, or some other man got to raise them. If the system is designed to get rid of us, man, to get rid of us. So when we get a day, Father's Day, I don't want to hear no women. I do comedy shows all over the world. We got a big show this Saturday in Springfield, right? This tomorrow night, comedy, a father's comedy show in Springfield. We talk about this, man. We, ladies, don't come up to me and go, "Well, I'm the father and the mother." No, you're not. We love y'all. Y'all the mothers. You'll never hear a guy walking around on Mother's Day going, "Well, I'm the mother and the father." No.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of that narrative altogether. Man, they even have the mahogany, the Hallmark mahogany card line for black people. They have created now. Here's the thing: Hallmark never created regular mother cards that say Happy Father's Day to a woman, but on their mahogany card line they have a card for black women that says Happy Father's Day. How crazy is that?
It was so sad. It was so sad, man. It was so sad. And then now, there's no other holidays around Mother's Day. Nothing. But we got Juneteenth celebration, and people doing it. Oh, that's right. Father's Day is Sunday. I forgot.
Yeah, like it's an afterthought. Like, yeah, oh yeah, it's Father's Day too. Okay.
It's a tough job, man. It's a tough job. I've raised three children that are not my biological children, right? Nobody walks up to me and say, "Hey, great job. I'm proud of what you did." As soon as something goes wrong with me and one of my children that are not my children, I'm the villain. As soon as I try to discipline a child that's not mine, I am a villain. I know that Negro ain't over there trying to disrespect or teach or Man, your hands are tied. Your hands are tied.
It's a diabolical narrative, and the sad thing is, and I would love to be able to just come on the radio this time of the year and just take calls and have people shout out the fathers or the father figures in their lives and just have a great time celebrating dads. It's just sad that I have to come on year after year and debunk these myths that just persist. And I have to say to black women, hey, how about just celebrating us this weekend instead of shouting out each other and telling each other Happy Father's Day and using it as a day to bash black men because of the negative experiences you had in your life with black men. We shouldn't have to do this every year. No one goes through this explaining process on Mother's Day.
We don't even have a song. They got always love my mama. She's my favorite girl. And I love that song.
Oh, there's all kinds of mama songs. Let's do boys to men, mama. I mean, yeah, bro. We got we got Gerald. We got Papa was a Rolling Stone. Yeah, all he left us was alone. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Bishop Swan, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I
Thank you.
want to say that I had a wonderful dad. He's gone now, but we had a wonderful dad. He stayed at home and he raised his children. I had a wonderful husband. He stayed at home and he raised his children. So again, I want to say happy Father's Day to all of the great black fathers. You all are wonderful. And God bless you, and we thank you.
Thank you, sister. I'm glad you called because when I open up the phone lines on Mother's Day weekend for people to shout out Mother's Day, every single line in this radio station is lit up. I mean, every line is lit up. Now, I extend that same opportunity to folks to call in, shout out fathers or father figures. Yeah, we get one here and there, here and there, here and there. And I know that cannot be indicative of the type of black fathers that we have in our community. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hi.
You, you're on the air. Turn your radio down.
Okay, this is City Councilor Tracy Whitfield, and I wanted to wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day. There are some father songs out there. Beyonce got one, I know that. And
Yeah, and Luther Vandross got a good one. Dance with my father. Go ahead.
exactly. And then I just wanted to say that we are giving away some great Father's Day gifts at the block party tomorrow, 12 to 7, just for the fathers. There's a raffle just for the block party today and the family Sunday is tomorrow at Blunt Park today at the corner of Andrew Street and State Street. We are also giving out Father's Day gifts. Last year we had the Father's Day brunch for free. We are not doing that this year, but we will be bringing it back next year. So we are doing great things for the fathers. My first year without my father, but wishing all the fathers a happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
You, my mom raised all three of four of us. I'm the oldest of 53. All four of us, right? The youngest is 39. With my dad was never around. My mother said my dad helped for 36 seconds after birth and disappeared the rest of my life. I watched my mother feel sad about my father, who wasn't around for years. You know, he was a deadbeat. He was a deadbeat. So I grew up with the narrative. My dad was a deadbeat. My dad was never there. I didn't know what dad was. You know? Until I married my wife in Springfield with my husband, I met her about 12, 13 years ago. I met her father. And immediately, he became my father. This is before me and his daughter were married. Before we passed away a couple of years ago. An incredible human being, Robert Tobin, right? I mean, Robert Hudson. Robert took me in as a father. I'm watching this dude be a father. I didn't know what a father to kids were like because I'm like, I never knew that kind of love. All I knew was I want to love my kids better than the love that I had. I'm watching this man love all his children equally. The ones that are great, the ones that wasn't doing so great, the ones that were doing excellent. And then he was a grandfather to all the kids, even if he looked at me one day, they were clowning me, they were joking like one day. They was like, people joking. He was like, you ain't got no father. You never had a father. They was joking, but it was hurting. This man said, hey, stop. He got a father. I'm his father. And the joking stopped. And my heart felt beautiful. And that man was my father. And he wasn't my biological father, but he was my father. So I thank God for him. You know, he was the first man to ever look me in my face and go, I got you back.
And that is so important. And it's so important that we acknowledge these men who do that type of thing all of the time, whether they're a grandfather or an uncle or a brother. I played that tribute that my sister did to her brothers. because these men are stepping up and filling in the gaps. Even for the brothers that aren't there. I see you all in the comments. Happy Father's Day. I see my dad in the comments. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I see you, Bernard Smith in here. Gary Butler, Deacon George Lovejoy. To all of you all, happy Father's Day, gentlemen. And the lines are open. We got 10 minutes left in the program. If you want to call in, give a shout out to the dads that are out here. 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781. Tell me, how does it feel to see, you talk about your sons being in stand-up comedy. Of course, we always want to be a role model to our children, and we want them to go along life's path in and seek after their passions. But there's nothing like seeing a son follow in your footsteps. I know that when I hear my sons gave a tribute to me on my birthday, and it was the most heart wrenching, touching thing, for me, just to hear um, them talk about, the influence that I've been in their lives. And oftentimes we don't necessarily get that type of affirmation in society. So it's got to feel good to see your sons walk in your footsteps.
It's the most amazing feeling in the world. The world, Bishop, the world. You hear me? My son Isaiah Kelly started stand-up comedy at the age of 10 years old. We moved out of New York to LA, just me and him to pursue his career, my career, to take him doing what I have to do. But my son right now, my son right now, at 31 years old, is one of the top young comics in the country. My baby is in venues, performing in places that told me no for 20 years. Told me no for 20 years. Denied me access to perform at their venues for 20 years. My son is headlining those businesses right now.
Wow.
He's calling me and going, "Hey, Dad, I got a booking for us." My baby just got picked to do Netflix festival in Los Angeles, right? In May. The biggest festival in comedy. My oldest son, got picked to do it, right? He put up a post, a congratulatory post with his face on it for Netflix, right? Comedians were calling, this is how our culture is so sad. Comedians were calling him left and right to be on that show with him. He said, "Hey, don't y'all know I got a father that's a comedian and two younger brothers that's comedians?"
Wow,
So my son said, "Man, my dad is gonna host. My youngest, my 10-year-old son was the first comic on, and my 17-year-old son, and then my 31-year-old son headlined a sold-out show in Los Angeles. And we let my wife, my amazing wife, open the show. She doesn't do comedy, but she warmed the crowd up with welcoming energy. Thank you for coming out. God bless everybody. I want y'all to get ready to have a great time. I'm about to bring to the stage my husband. Come on. I get introduced on stage, and I just to do my thing and introduce my children. It is the most amazing feeling in the world.
I know it has to be. It absolutely has to be. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Bishop. This is Pastor Hager here. Just saying happy Father's Day, first of all, to my Lord and Savior, God. Yeah, good morning, Pastor Hager here. I want to first and foremost say happy Father's Day to my Father up above, God, my Lord and Savior, and happy Father's Day to my father and all the dads that are out there, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers that try to be fathers, but sometimes the mothers won't allow them to be fathers to their children. But just fathers all around the world. Have a wonderful day, and kids, wives, treat your husbands, your fathers, your baby daddies with utmost respect. Remember, without him, you would have no children, because we are the seed.
All right. Appreciate you there, Pastor Haygood. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm
You're on the air. Go ahead.
okay. I'm just calling in to say Happy Father's Day to the fathers. I appreciated the father that I had. He's been gone over 20 years, but he was good. I said I appreciate the father that I had because he's been gone 20 years, but he was a definite point in my life. He was there. He was present. And he took time with us and did things with us. You know, where a lot of people are saying, well, they didn't have that. He took time with us and our friends. So he planted a seed in me to just really appreciate the fact that I had a father that stayed there and was committed to loving his children.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for calling. 413-736-2781. About 4 minutes left in the program. So I know you got a show on Saturday, but you've got one coming up on the 18th. You're hosting. I know Kiki Sheard Kelly is coming. And so someone asked a question because she married a man with the name Kelly, whether or not he was related to you.
We're gonna be related that night. I mean, I just found that out the other day. Like, listen to them. Yeah, that's ironic, but that Kelly name goes a long way. There's a lot of Kellys in this world, man. We're not blood related, but we all family. I want to share this with you, right? Real quick. You ready?
Go ahead.
I never met my father, right? Remember that. Never met my father. I'm a black man with green eyes. The eyes are very distinctive. I'm performing in Philadelphia about 9 years ago. So I ordered food to be delivered to my hotel. They cannot come to the room anymore. You gotta come in the lobby. I come down in the lobby, I get my food, I'm looking at the lobby's packed. This white man with a beard walks up to me and says, "Hey, let's go, we're getting back on the tour bus." I said, I'm not with a tour. If you're not with the tour, you look like everybody that's on the tour. I said, what are you saying? He says, no disrespect. Give me a second. I'll be right back. He leaves, comes back. There's a black man looks just like me, green eyes, gray beard, and he's with his wife. He looks at me and goes, "Nephew." Oh my God. "Nephew." I said, "Nephew?" He said, "Gerald Kelly, right?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh my God. I'm your dad's uncle. I'm your dad's brother. My father's family reunion was in the same hotel that I was staying in Philadelphia.
Wow.
They all live in Florida. I ran and got on this bus. Everybody had on T-shirts with the family on it. They all knew me from television. I never met them. They all knew me from TV. BBC, Comedy, Def Comedy. They knew me, Bishop. I never knew them. I get on the bus. I'm hugged up with my uncle like a 2-year-old. It's 9 years ago. Like a 2-year-old. He's holding me. He's telling me about my mom and my dad. He said, my mom and my dad. He said, I'm going to tell you the truth. Your dad was into a lot of things. My dad was into drugs. He was in and out of prison. He drank, smoked. I never was in prison. I never was drugs. I never smoked, never drank. He said, by him not being in your life, saved you away from a lot of things. He said, but your mom and your dad was a one-night stand, nephew. He kept it real with me. He held me. He said, my dad did not want a baby. Mommy got pregnant. They wasn't supposed to be together. He broke it down. And I started crying, man. Just 2 weeks later, I go to Florida. Where my dad was murdered. He was murdered because he was a militant. Like he didn't like what the white man was doing. So he got murdered. They cut his jaw out. He was buried in a cemetery that was chained up where you can't visit. I'm telling you, it was like the most. So I went to the house where my dad got murdered, and I knocked on the trailer. Not a house, a trailer. Trailers in the south. I knocked on the trailer. A white man came out. He said, "No, take the cameras off of me." I said, "Man, I got to find out about my dad." He knew everything about the person who used to live here years ago that was murdered. And that's how I found out about my father.
Wow. Hey, I tell you what, bro. I'm back on the air on Monday. Maybe you can call back in, finish this story, and talk about it before the show that's happening that same week. Appreciate you being with us on today, and looking forward to catching the show next week.
Yes, sir. God bless you. I'm at level 5 tonight, comedy show. Tomorrow night, Father's Day comedy show. We're kicking it off tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
All right. I got to go, y'all. Don Felton is in the studio right now. He's coming up next with mid-morning jazz, great black music, and more. He's going to make it smooth, and he's going to make it personal. Y'all calling in. I appreciate y'all calling in, but it's too late. I got to go. Got to move out the way. Catch me on Monday on the spoken word at 9 o'clock a.m. Until the next time I talk to you, you talk to me. Always remember, God loves you, and so do I. Peace and blessings.